Bastos ang Bisaya, no? At kung anong batas na natutunan nyo, ako hindi rin ako abogado, yun din ang alam na batas na sinusundan natin, no? In fact, when we staged that protest some 15 years ago, hindi namin tinakasan ang parusa sa amin. We were detained for 7 years. At pilit naming sundan yung batas. Dahil alam po namin, in one way or another, talagang magkakaroon po ng violation ng batas. Pero, in spite of that, may sabotahe. Ay sinundan namin ang batas. Dumano kami sa proseso, nakulong kami. Hindi namin tinalikuran yun. Kaya nga nakakalungkot na ngayon ay mukhang iba na ang pagkakaintindi ng batas. Lalong-lalo na kayo ay future lawyers. Parang hirap nata ipaliwanag. Sabi ko nga kay Dean Lavinia, mukhang mahirap na ipaliwanag yung provision ng saligang batas at mga batas right now. Hindi naman daw po. So that's inspiring and encouraging for me to hear. And it's ironic na yung ating topic. I would like to thank the organizers of this event, the IBP, for inviting me here. As I've said, it's ironic dahil itong amnesty na ito ay beneficiary din po ako. No? At wala rin po sana ako ngayon without that amnesty. Hindi rin po kami naging congressman o senador, kagaya ni Senator Trillanes, kung walang amnestiya. So, allow me to give you some background regarding the organization. Before I discuss the issue of amnesty revocation, allow me first to share the background of the Magdalo Group. Hindi mahihiwalay ang kasalukuyang issue sa kung saan at papaano nabuo ang Magdalo. Ano bang pinaglalaban at patuloy na ipinaglalaban ng Magdalo? The awkward incident in 2003 did not happen overnight. Ito ay bunga ng aming mga karanasan at nasaksihan bilang mga batang sundalo. Namulat kami sa korupsyon at pang-aabuso sa gobyerno. Nakita namin ang realidad ng ating mga kababayan sa kanayunan kung saan laganap ang kahirapan at kulang ang serbisyo para sa mahihirap. Kasama rin dito ang mga katiwalaan sa loob mismo ng ating sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, tulad na lamang ng pagbebenta ng baril at bala sa mga rebelding grupo at local politicians. Korupsyon sa logistics at controllership, pabaong system ng mga general, mababang sahod ng mga sundalo, problema sa housing at benepisyo sa mga namamatay at nasusugatan ng mga sundalo, at iba pa. Mahirap magsilbi sa bayan pag alam mo na ang papatay sa iyo ay baril at bala na nanggaling din mismo sa ating gobyerno. While the soldiers and the rank and file do not have decent boots and uniforms, those officials at the top were enjoying the perks and privileges of their office. This is a 180-degree turn from the values taught us in the Philippine Military Academy. Hindi namin biglang naisipan na lamang na magrebelde. We tried to raise the issues within the hierarchy through the proper channels available. But the corruption persisted. We were pushed to the edge. We eventually staged the awkward protest to air our grievances to the public and to let the Filipino people know the real situation, alang-alang sa ikabubuti ng mga kasamahan namin sa armed forces, ng buong institusyon ng ating sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas at ng ating bayan na pinaglilingkuran at pinagsisilbihan nating lahat. Sa ngayon, napakadali para sa ibang sabihin, wala naman kayong ginawa, kundi magrebelde lang, parang sa social media lang. No? Pagka wala nang ibang rason, anong nagawa mo sa bansa? No? Ang daling pumindot sa computer. Ano? Sabi ko nga, may sugat ako sa aking katawan. Muntik na akong namatay sa pagsisilbi sa bayang ito. I know how it takes to serve this country. As if what we did had no value and as if what we did was a simple decision. It was not. Mahirap po. We were young officers with promising military careers ahead of us. We have families expecting us to provide for them. In my case, the decision to join the awkward protest was beyond the promise of a colorful career in the armed forces due to excellent achievements in the service, beyond the promise of a better future for my newlywed wife who was pregnant of our twin daughters at the time, and beyond the hope of receiving my Medal for Valor Award in everything that will advance me personally. Lahat ng mga pansarili naming interes ay isinantabi namin upang tumayo laban sa mali. Our principles and love for our country led us to the Oakwood and Manila Pen incidents. Hindi namin pakay ang makipagdigma sa kapwa sundalo at pulis dahil ang kanilang kapakanan ang siya din namang aming ipinaglalaban. In both the Oakwood and Manila Pen incidents, we did not fire a single shot and we did not harm anybody. Yung nakita niyo pong nagputukan, nagsira ng Manila Pen, gobyerno po yun, hindi po sa amin. Siningil po kami ng 50 million, hindi naman po kami nagpaputok. No? Ang mahalaga sa amin ay ang mensahe na nais naming iparating at hindi ang posibleng madugong labanan sa pagitan namin at ang mga kabaro namin sa militar at pulisya. During the Oakwood incident, there were negotiations between us and the government. The Arroyo administration agreed that there would be no case filed against us and we would not be detained. However, they reneged from this agreement. Ang ginawa lang po, mainit kayo sa media, pumasok lamang kayo sa isang kwarto para hindi ko kayo makita ng media. Sinara yung kandado. 7 years na po nabuksan, hindi namin nakalabas. Dagdag pa dito, ang propaganda ng gobyerno laban sa amin na kami daw ay mga siraulo at bayaran. Nasira daw ang ulo namin sa giyera sa Mindanao. Kaya pinadalhan kami ng psychiatrist sa loob ng kulungan dahil siraulo na daw kami. For the Oakwood incident in 2003, all of us were charged before the court-martial under the Articles of War, both administrative and punitive. Later on, 31 of us were removed from the jurisdiction of the court-martial. The cases filed in the court-martial were dropped. Then the Department of Justice filed coup d'etat charge against us before the Makati City Regional Trial Court, Branch 148. We filed a motion to bail, went through bail hearing, and eventually granted bail. Ibig sabihin, mahina yung kaso namin na coup d'etat. However, to prevent us from affording temporary freedom for the armed forces to reacquire jurisdiction on us, they decided to file cases again before the court-martial. This time, only administrative cases. Kasi nga ho, criminal yung kaso namin sa RTC 148, dito sa kabila ay administrative. Otherwise, this will fall under double jeopardy. Ayun pong sabi ng ating abogado. The maximum penalty of these administrative cases is separation from the service or forfeiture pay. Wala pong kulong. Matatanggal ka sa serbisyo. As for the Manila Pen incident, we were charged of rebellion before the Makati City RTC Branch 150. So dalawa po, 148, 150, coup d'etat, and rebellion. We were also eventually granted bail for this. Dahil mahina din palang kaso. We were charged with another set of cases before the court-martial. Iba na naman hong set. Except for Senator Trillanes because he was already a civilian at the time. And that was November of 2007. Election was May of 2007. Ngayon, bakit hindi nakasama sa court-martial case si Senator Trillanes? On February 2007, Senator Trillanes filed a certificate of candidacy for the senatorial election of the same year. At this point, he was already deemed resigned from the armed forces pursuant to the Omnibus Election Code of the Philippines. The Armed Forces General Order 515, dated February 6, 2007, a discharge order was issued to this effect. So hindi na po siya sundalo. Senator Trillanes was also issued major service clearances and statement of service, which means that he has no more liabilities and accountabilities in the armed forces of the Philippines, kasama ng anumang pending na kaso before the Ombudsman or kahit man sa court-martial. And because of this, Senator Trillanes was able to claim his separation benefits from the armed forces. This just proves that Senator Trillanes was already cleared as far as the armed forces of the Philippines is concerned. Dahil po sa mga sundalo na lalabas sa serbisyo, hindi po mabibigyan ng clearances, much more, mabibigyan ng separation or retirement benefits kung ikaw ay merong pending na kaso. Dahil pwede po na ang parusa sa kaso mo ay forfeiture of pay. Sa kaso naman sa RTC, lahat po yan ay na-dismiss na po. Before the 148, branch 148 and 150. Ang hawak po ng DOJ at the time when they released to the public Proclamation 572 ay dokumento ng 2010. Ay akala po nila buhay pa yung kaso. We have in our possession the ruling of the courts dated 2011 na lahat po yan ay dismiss na. Kaya nga nagulat po sila, wala palang kaso noon. On November 24, 2010, then President Aquino issues Proclamation number 75, which granted amnesty for those involved in the 2003 Oakwood Mutiny, 2006 Marine Standoff, and 2007 Manila Pen Siege. All of us who were charged before the RTCs, including Senator Trillanes, were already civilians at this point. Kahit ako po, 2008 po ako separated from the service, nakuha ko na rin yung benefits ko even before the proclamation in 2010. Under Section 2 of Proclamation 75, it mandated the Department of National Defense to receive, process, approve applications for the amnesty. On January 5, 2011, 19 military officers and 20 enlisted personnel involved in the incidents indicated in the proclamation, including myself and Senator Trillanes, personally appeared before the Department of National Defense Ad Hoc Amnesty Committee at the Officers Clubhouse in Camp Aguinaldo to apply for amnesty. Iyon po nakalagay sa proclamation hindi ko kami personal na pumunta doon, namulitika lang, palakasan, inapprove na kahit hindi sumipot at hindi sumumpa ng personal. Nandoon po ako, nandoon po kami lahat. Kaya nga ho, nasupla na naman ang kanilang dahilan that it was well covered by media. The application for form contained a portion for the admission of guilt. Application and admission of guilt are not separate documents. Nasa loob po ng form. The procedures are as follows. Fill up mo ang form, ilagay mo doon kung anong involvement mo, incident, pipirmahan mo yung admission of guilt, tapos pupunta ka doon sa administrating officer, lalagay mo yung thumb mark mo, pipirmahan mo, susumpa ka. Tapos, yun lang po. At nais ko pong sabihin sa inyo, wala naman hong kopya kami ng aming application form. Kahit ako, wala akong kopya ng application form. Kaya hinahanap sa amin ang mga dokumento na sila din naman ang nagtatago. Pursuant to Proclamation number 5, the DND created the Ad Hoc Amnesty Committee to carry out the process for amnesty application. The said committee transmitted the resolution of the Ad Hoc Committee to the Secretary of National Defense, and then inapprove po ng Secretary of National Defense, and then in-inform ang Presidente dahil binigyan mo siya ng atas. Inatasan mo siyang receive, process, approve. Kaya nga po, itong dahilan na naman ng usurpation of authority of Secretary Gasmin, parang malabo. Kasi ang nag-grant ng amnesty ay ang Presidente, President Aquino, not Gasmin. Inatasan lamang si Secretary Gasmin na tumanggap, proseso at aprobahan. So, there must be an assumption of regularity sa lahat ng proseso na ginagawa sa gobyerno. Kapag ang isang Pilipino ay nabigyan na ng driver's license, passport, voter's ID, PhilHealth, GSIS, SSS, marriage contract, marami pa po mga application forms. Dito sa atin, kapag ikaw po ba ay lilipad palabas ng bansa, hahanapan ka pa ba ng immigration officer ng passport? Application ng passport kung pinakita mo na ba ang passport mismo? Kung uhulihin ka ba ng traffic enforcer dahil nag-violate ka ng traffic laws, ang hahanapin sa iyo yung application form ba? Yung driver's license, di ba? Driver's license. Tingin ko wala na rin kayo application form, di ba? Kasi wala naman talaga application form na hawak yung mga nag-apply. Further, this issue of amnesty revocation has a far-reaching effect to peace and stability as mentioned a while ago by Chief Justice Serrano and Dean Lavinia. Amnesty is a political tool of the government in order to erase past political crimes committed by a group of people, in order for the country to foster unity, to start anew, to have a clean slate of governance, magsimula tayong bago. The root word of amnesty is amnesia, which means forget and forgive. It is as if nothing happened, no offenders of the crime, wala pong nagawang kasalanan. Pero sa kaso ni Senator Trillanes, pilit na inaalala ng kasalukuyang administrasyon ang nakaraan dahil hindi nila masagot ang mga issues na binabato sa kanila ng Senado. We have executed the pledge of allegiance to the 1987 Constitution. We have subscribed to democratic processes. We have committed to pursue our advocacies and grievances not by arms, but through influence in policy making. Noon, sumisigaw at tumatayo po tayo laban sa korupsyon sa gobyerno, dala ang aming sandata. Ngayon, patuloy kaming tumatayo laban sa katiwalian with the same passion, but in a different battlefield, the Congress, and within the bounds of our Constitution. Hindi lamang kami ang maapektuhan, but also those who avail of the amnesty before us and those who will avail in the future. Let us take, for example, those who availed of amnesty after the 1986 EDSA revolution. For some reason, hindi ka type ng Pangulo. Siguro baka pangit ka o whatsoever. Isabihin niya, nasaan na yung application form? And that was 32 years ago. Dahil wala kang ipakita, revoke ka. Papa-aresto kita. We have different rebel groups in the country, and there were negotiations that took place and are taking place, as mentioned earlier. Can they trust the government in granting amnesty if it can easily be revoked after some time? Gaya ng Bangsamoro Organic Law. Ako po, involved po ako dito, no? I almost died fighting them. Eh kung naging presidente ako at nabigyan pala sila ng amnestia, pagre-revoke ko lahat yun. Pwede ba yun? Mahirap po yan. I almost died there in Mindanao during the 2000 campaign against the Moro Islamic Liberation Front as member of the Philippine Marines. Eh hindi po. Ano sana ang gagawin? Instead of arresting inflation right now, you arrest Trillanes. Habulin ang smugglers at cartel, hindi habulin si Trillanes. Hantingin natin ang sa likod ng toniladang shabu. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa natin kilala. Mula nung nakaraang taon at ngayon, hindi nga galit ang Pangulo. Pero ang inahunting, ang kritiko. Papanagutin natin ang mga korap sa gobyerno. At hindi si Trillanes. Sawatain at kalabanin yung mga nangungumisyon sa mga proyekto. Alam niyo siguro, naglalaban-laban na sa Kongreso ngayon. Dahil sa proyekto yan. No? Dapat ibuhos ng Pangulo ang init ng ulo niya at kasama na yung pagmumura sa mga nananakop ng ating teritoryo, yung mga nang-aapi ng ating mangingisda, at hindi si Trillanes. This case is already before our legal institutions. Questions of constitutionality of Presidential Proclamation 5772 is pending before the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the question of validity of amnesty is to be heard before the Makati City RTCs. While no legal warrant of arrest were issued by the courts, nangako ang Pangulo, mag-ahensya ng gobyerno, hindi arestuin siya, pero may nakaabang sa labas na arestuin pa rin siya. Dahil pag nakapasok na sa kulungan, bahala ka na maghabol sa tambol mayon. Basta sa kulungan ka na. Gaya ni Senator Laila de Lima, kahit wala siyang kasalanan, naghihirap si Solicitor General Florin Hilbay na magpaliwanag sa Korte Suprema, bahala ka, basta kulong ka. Diba? This is largely a legal battle as what the Duterte administration wants to present it to the public, ngunit hindi makakaila na politika ang motibo sa isyong ito. Senator Trillanes is a vocal critic of the administration and has been adamant in going after and standing up against the corruption and anomalies in the government. What the Duterte administration wants is clear: to silence opposition, to stifle dissent. If we allow this brazen attempt to violate the rights of Senator Trillanes, tapos na ang pagkukunwari natin lahat. na tayo ay demokrasya. Tayo ay nasa isang diktatorya na. Ikaw, ako, tayong lahat, anytime ay magiging biktima na. So once again, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat and mabuhay po tayo. God bless.